Good morning and good afternoon and good night to everybody. This is a AMA about the fusing of the Ops CI and CD subdepartments in GitLab engineering. I'm Sam Goldstein, so I'm now leading that subdepartment. And yeah, basically this is just an opportunity to ask questions and discuss that or discuss anything you want really. So there's an agenda. I think that Peter, it looked like, had the first question.
Yes, right. So I'd like to understand how the organization chart would change in that case, because I have a hard time to actually visualize this. And I've seen the concrete changes by moving people or like by changing the reports. This I understand, but I had really hard time to understand how it looks visually, how it's aligned after the change. So it would be great to provide a chart for it or something like that.
Yeah, no, great question. And I think that here I've got a couple links because I saw you had put the question in advance here that I can put in. So here's the actual MR to the org chart change. There is a preview app for that as well that I'll put the link in so you can see the actual org chart. But then I think what might be a little easier for this purpose is I've got here, I'll just paste them into the agenda here below, but this is kind of new structure here. And then I will put in the old structure here so you can kind of then start to see, maybe focus on this type of the org chart. Let me make sure I'm doing this in the right place. You can see what that looks like. So basically, just to run through it, yeah, it's just a couple changes, and in terms of most people's day-to-day, this I think is not going to have a major effect on what's going on in any engineering team. But basically, instead of Darby and Daniel reporting directly to Christopher, his senior managers over those groups, they'll report into the ops group. So that's one change, which kind of helps with span of control and also brings some more kind of attention and focus on certain priorities in those groups, because I'll be able to contribute there. And then the other change is moving configure and release kind of closer together in the organization, because we found there's a lot of overlap in those teams' priorities and kind of the roadmap. Nicholas Click and I talk a lot about this. So the thinking is that by having those a little bit closer together, it's easier to kind of coordinate that, come up with like what's the right divisions, when those things overlap, releasing and configuring are kind of converging in a lot of ways in, I'd say, modern DevOps. So, that pushes that down towards the teams as opposed to having to go all the way up to Christopher to get someone who is really, able to look at both of those things together.
Yeah, thank you. This is great.
All right, any other questions? I'll give it a few more seconds. All right. Well, unless somebody's typing right now, it doesn't seem like there's any more questions. I will say I'm available to answer questions if anybody, feel free to schedule a coffee chat with me at any time. Anybody in the group, anybody in the company. It's really great to get to know more people on a one-on-one basis, and that can be a good way to ask questions too. And looking forward to getting skip levels in place, and getting to just kind of getting to more involved with all the good work that's going on here. Clement, it looks like you've got a late breaking question there.
Yeah, just to see the question, what are you most excited about with these changes? What are some things that you hope to be able to do?
Yeah,
or maybe you covered it, but.
No, I don't think I've covered. That's a great question. Thank you for that. And I mean, there's a lot of things I'm excited about with this change. I think just on a personal level, like it is exciting. I think GitLab is got a great trajectory, really cool product, incredible team. So like I'm excited to you know, be able to have maybe more of a positive impact on that. So I think that that's really exciting. And you know, I think that, I mean, maybe another thing is that, you know, in starting to look into these groups and, you know, the types of challenges and things that we're facing, there's a lot of criticality, and I think that's exciting. You know, that we're also like, we're a company that's innovating a lot and building new things, but there's also you know, a really strong dimension where customers and, you know, developers, you know, individuals all over the world are depending on this stuff to work well, you know, to do their jobs, to accomplish what they need to accomplish, and that, you know, that's exciting, and that, you know, it's really important, you know, that you have, you know, millions of these CI jobs running, for example, you know, that that are really doing important work in all these different companies and organizations, and you know, being able to continue that, develop that, and make sure, you know, that things are available and solid and robust. Like that's really exciting, I think, and you know, it just points to the important work that everybody's doing, and you know, why it's important. So to be a part of that, you know, is, I guess, exciting to me. Peter, do you want to vocalize here? Not a question.
Yes, sure. I just realized that you can actually click on the in the org chart on the individual stages to collapse and uncollapse them, so you get easier grasp, at least for me, to see how it's now different. So this is great. Wow.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I've done that a little bit myself. Yeah, over the months here. It's a good trick. Sometimes when you click on somebody's name to like then see their detail, like where they live, then it also does that. So that can be a little confusing, where it like changes the org chart and then you go to another page. Awesome. Well, you know, in the GitLab tradition, we don't necessarily need to take the full time to, you know, fill the space, or we don't need to fill the whole time. So I think with that, appreciate everybody taking a few minutes today to chat about this. Like I said, don't hesitate to reach out with any other questions. And, you know, if there are no more, then hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks, everybody.